flying with us. We'll be back with more details about today's flight once we're in the air. Welcome to the friendly skies, and I'll demonstrate the oxygen mask and seatbelt operation for you.
My story begins with three very different people in three very different parts of the country. This is Hazer, photographer and digital marketer. And while we'd actually never met in person before this, we'd been sharing creative ideas for a long time. When I emailed him one of my most recent scripts and musical compositions, we decided, you know what, it's finally time to bring something to life.
9.5 hours and we'll be down in Moab. Heading out of Montana now. Crash overnight, and then link up with the boys at the airport.
This is Zach. Our friendship goes all the way back to the corporate world. And when I found out he was trading his Excel spreadsheets for cameras and filmmaking, well, it was kind of a no-brainer.
It's the first time I've been walked down the jet bridge and actually onto the tarmac in Greensboro, but it's pretty cool.
And this is me, a YouTuber, creative, excited about the possibility of taking life to the next level. And this felt like the perfect opportunity to do just that. With nothing more than a few cameras and the prospect of making something meaningful, three dudes headed to Moab, Utah, and so the story begins. We were wondering why we were greeted with cheers and photographers when we landed. Turns out we were the first commercial flight to Moab.
You guys have a safe journey over here. We appreciate it. Be careful. Don't get a side strap. Eddie.
So we linked up at the airport, still under construction, and headed to our ranch. It's funny how life unfolds when you point with conviction in a new direction. And you start to see just how much control you actually have, how exciting things can be when you look at the world through a lens of abundance. And I was coming to understand that I wasn't just along for the ride, I was steering the ship. Life wasn't just happening, it was beginning.
What's up, dude?
How was the air up there?
Sunny?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Sun's coming up.
Sun's coming. Ooh, actually, this feels really good. Nice little IT band stretch.
So after settling in, and apparently some much needed IT band stretching, we packed our stuff and we headed out. To where we didn't exactly know, but that wasn't really any concern to us. When you're all in on the journey, things usually have a way of materializing.
It's like the different type of mountains.
That'd be a cool road to. Let's check mark that. That one would be a cool one to do the like.
Dude, that was
over
like
the
just
truck.
chilling right by the side of the road.
Yeah. Open range cows.
Somehow, turn by turn, road by road, we went with our gut and ended up exactly where we needed to be.
Got a nice little back road here. Off-road, whatever it's called.
A barely road.
A Bailey road.
Barely a back road.
For our purposes, it'll be a road.
J.R.R. Tolkien says, "Not all who wander are lost." But I think I'd take that another level. To immerse yourself in the unknown isn't just acceptable, it's essential. It's everything. About a mile into our first hike, a storm started to build and move over us. Being that we were carrying expensive equipment and didn't really know where we were, this left us a little uneasy. Decision time, right? Move forward or kind of scrap the plans and get back in the truck. And ultimately, we decided to roll the dice a little bit. Maybe it was bold, maybe it was naive, but it felt right. Funny thing is, after getting to the top, it turned out that it wasn't connected anyway. Dead end.
This will cancel your plans real quick. All right.
So we improvised. And look, over the course of the trip, we got some amazing shots, but nothing topped what we got at Storm Hill.
That's the ranch right there, all that green. There's a river walking back there. Pretty freaking cool.
Turns out that when facing life's storms, sometimes you end up with results you didn't even know you needed or wanted. And, added bonus, after getting the shots and packing up, we just beat the golf ball sized hail that came next. All around win.
Drove 10 hours, broke my arm. We did like 2 miles through canyons.
It's been quite the journey for you, man.
It's been a good one.
In pursuit of a nice little sunset here.
Yeah.
Day 2. Target, sunset. Golden hour. That perfect window where the golds and yellows shoot off the screen. A window that closes in the blink of an eye. And all we knew is that we wouldn't waste it. So into the Canyonlands we marched. Injured Hazer and all, we moved deeper and deeper into the canyon until we found our spot. You know, they set up their tripods, I went and got B-roll. And it's amazing how much work can go into an opportunity that comes and goes so quickly. An opportunity that's so fleeting. Sometimes before you get there, you forget. You ask yourself why, but every single time the moment arrives, you remember. You know why you went through it all to begin with. The darkness, the fatigue, anxiety. These demons are temporary. They do their best to stick around, but never do. But that moment, the one you fought for, climbed for, searched for, sweat for, that's time that never fades. Run. There we were, a handful of footage, a story with holes and really no ending. And the way I saw it, there was only one answer. An answer tied to the same reason we begin. The reason we look our storms dead in the eyes. The reason we relentlessly chase the sunset. Because when it all comes together, when it finally materializes, we are recreated. Freer, faster, unstoppable. You are the beautiful manifestation of everything that brought you to this point. Every moment, every lesson, every day set the stage for you to walk through your next door. To build the world around you. And what I hope for you is that step by step, day by day, you do. You build a world without limits, where imagination has no bounds, where there's faith in the process, faith in yourself, faith in the people around you. See, what some realize far too late is that starting was not an obligation. The storm wasn't an obstacle. The climb wasn't a deterrent. They were pages in your story. And it's the story of a lifetime.